My whole life, the US has been considered a superpower. We celebrate our innovations, our freedom, and our leadership. We are told that this is a land of opportunity. But as a 14-year-old growing up in this so-called superpower, I find myself asking, a superpower for whom? Who really benefits from this power? And how many are left behind? Looking deeper beneath the surface, I see many cracks. Cracks in our healthcare, where getting sick can often mean spending a fortune. Cracks in our government, where those with the loudest voices are often those with the most power, not with the most need. But by far, the biggest crack that I see, the one that affects the most people my age, are the cracks in the education system. Because that's where opportunity begins, or where it gets left behind. Education is known to be a great equalizer. This means that quality education has the power to level playing fields, giving everybody, no matter their background, gender, race, or income, an equal chance for success. In other words, if you were born into poverty or faced discrimination, quality education should be able to help you overcome these obstacles and achieve your goals. However, in the US, funding for public schools is tied to local property taxes. This means that richer neighborhoods get state-of-the-art schools. Meanwhile, poor communities are out of luck. In 5th grade, my teacher would tell us about a time where she worked at a small rural school in Texas. They barely had enough money to afford basic supplies. Meanwhile, we were sitting in a completely renovated wing of a big school. How can we say that we are a land of opportunity when our quality of education depends on our zip code? That's not equality. That's a lottery. And to make things worse, according to the American School Counselor Association, healthy student-to-counselor ratio is around 250 to 1. However, the 2023 to 2024 national average was 376 to 1. This leaves counselors stretched thin and students deprived of timely and necessary guidance in these underfunded areas. If education is known to be a ladder to success, then some kids are starting from the second step. Meanwhile, others aren't even given a step stool. And the lasting impact follows into adulthood. Lower graduation rates, fewer opportunities, and for many, a life limited not by their talents, but by their circumstances. Students from underfunded schools are 3 times more likely to drop out of high school and 4 times less likely to go to a 4-year college. This leads to fewer job opportunities and a lower median pay. As students, we are told to dream big, but how can we when we're not all given the same tools to start off with? Let me ask you this. Would you be where you are today with fewer teachers, no counselors, and an overall lack of basic resources? Would you still be confident? Still prepared? These aren't small differences. They are deep inequalities rooted in race, money, and location. Because when we don't invest in all students, we lose future doctors, entrepreneurs, engineers, and artists who never got the chance to unlock their full potential. Because when these young people stop believing that the system works for them, they stop believing in the system at all. So, What can we do? The good news? Change doesn't start from the top. It starts with us. As students, we can speak up at boardroom meetings, advocate for more diverse curriculums and more mental health counselors, support our peers who face barriers that we don't, and start tutoring clubs, donate supplies, and mentor younger students. As teachers and educators, you can arrange collaborations across schools where you can partner with underfunded schools in order to donate supplies and arrange student exchange programs. You can give your guidance to students who are in need or refer them to support services. As parents and community members, you can arrange funding for your local schools by organizing community events. Volunteer to help out with job exposures. We can help young kids figure out who they want to be in the future. You can sign petitions for higher school funding. And finally, as policymakers and voters, you can vote for more equitable school funding policies. Push for universal access to quality after-school and preschool programs. And increase funding for school counselors and for better infrastructure. Together, we can invest in schools to create a better future for everyone. Change isn't instant, but it is possible. And it begins the moment we realize that quality education isn't a privilege, it's a right. Because real progress is when every child, no matter their background, is able to learn, grow, and thrive. So, let me leave you with the question. What if the future president, inventor, or Nobel Prize winner is sitting in a classroom right now, without Wi-Fi, without books, or without a computer? Will we let their potential go unseen? Or will we create a world where every child, no matter their background, is able to rise together? Because that's what real equality looks like. A world where every student has access to quality education. And it isn't just a dream. It's the future, and it's out there, beyond the horizon. And together, we can get there. Thank you.